The past week has been especially stomach churning in the stock market. The consumer price index rose by 4.2% year over year. This has been the largest increase since 2008. This has brought the fear of inflation. All the money printing is not going to be free after all. On this news, the market had corrections, especially the growth stocks were hit again. The reason is that as inflation rises, the wages have to increase and the cost to produce goods also increase. This in turn results in decreased corporate profits. Also, the Fed cannot keep quiet while the inflation rises. They will have to raise the interest rate so as to cool down things in the market. This again is negative for the stock. On Friday, the stocks posted some recovery. This has presented a few swing trade opportunities in the market. I will discuss one such stock in this video. Hi, my name is Arshad Ahmed. I'm founder of DIYstockpicker.com, an investment portal dedicated to help investors make intelligent decisions. This video is only for informational and entertainment purposes. Please do your due diligence before making any investments in the stock I mentioned in this video. So let's get started. C3 AI is an enterprise software company. The founder is Mr. Tom Siebel. Mr. Siebel sold his company Siebel Systems to Oracle for $6.1 billion in 2006. He founded C3 AI in 2009. Siebel joined Larry Ellison at Oracle when he saw the huge market for relational databases long before anyone has sensed this opportunity. After Oracle took advantage of this boom, he saw another market for automating business processes for sales, marketing, and customer service. He then founded Siebel Systems, which is a CRM company. He literally invented the CRM market, which is now a $60 billion plus industry. Then after selling Siebel Systems to Oracle, he saw another opportunity, confluence of technologies like Internet of Things, AI, and elastic computing. To take advantage of this opportunity, he found C3 AI. The company had its IPO in December 2020. After the IPO, if you look, the stock hit an all-time high on December 22nd at $170 a share. The stock traded sideways for a few days and again hit a high of $172.99 on February 9th. This is when the treasury yield started spiking, and from there, if you look at the trend, it has been downwards, and the stock is now trading at around $52 a share, which is almost a 70% decline from its all-time high it set in February. Let's take a look at the fundamental analysis. The company has net zero debt. The company is flush with cash from the IPO proceeds it raised in December. This is a very good sign. Also, the current ratio is 11. The current assets divided by the current liabilities. Anything about 1.5 or 2 is a healthy company. So the company has enough working capital. If you look at the price to sales, it is 30. This is still overvalued. The price to book is 4.88. The price to book ratio of around 1.5 generally signifies cheaper fundamental stocks. The company is not yet profitable, so there is no calculation for return on equity or invested capital. If you look at income statement, the revenue has been $91 million in 2019 and $156 million in 2020. This has been a very healthy 70% growth rate. To do a valuation of the company, if we assume a growth rate of 50% for the next 3 years, then the revenue would be compounding $156 million over the next 3 years at 50%, which will be around $530 million. The company may be profitable at that revenue, but we are not sure of that. So we'll use a growth multiple of 15 for the revenue, $530 million multiplied by 15, which gives a valuation of around $7.95 billion. If we divide it by the outstanding shares of 96 million, that gives a fundamental valuation of around $82 per share in the next 3 years, around 2022 timeframe. So if you think from a fundamental point of view, there is still about a 40% chance of profit from the current $52. Let's take a look at the technical details. If we look at the 3-month chart, we draw a trend line and we see the trend is downwards. But something interesting is happening here. The RSI has bounced off from the oversold territory and is making a nice move towards the overbought range. So there is still some runway left. And if you look at the MACD line has crossed over the signal line when the stock reached the $45 last week. So we can think that this $45 may be the floor for the stock and it may offer a good support. If you look at the 50-day EMA, the stock is still below the 50-day EMA but is making a rapid climb towards it. So the 50-day EMA may make a support line in the future. Now let's take a look at the monthly chart. Here is something interesting that's happening. In the monthly chart, the price has already reached the 50-day EMA. and the MACD has made a nice move and is above the signal line. The RSI is still in the mid-range. Now let's take a look at the 5-day chart. Here is where we see that the price has been above the 50-day EMA and the signal line is crossing below the MACD line. The RSI is still in the mid-range. So here is the strategy I plan to use. Say if I have a portfolio of $1,000 and my risk tolerance is 2%, the maximum I can lose is $20. So the current price is $52. If we have a stop loss at $50, then a maximum shares I can purchase is 10. This is called the iron triangle of risk management. You should manage your risk when you are making swing trades so that any one bad trade do not put your portfolio so that you will never recover. So this is the strategy. If I had $1,000, then I would buy 10 shares with a price of $520, put a stop loss at $50. Now, when should I sell the stock? There are three things that I will be watching. When the price goes below the 50 EMA on the 5-day chart, that is one condition, or the RSI approaches the oversold and the price posts a daily new low, or the third condition is the MACD line crosses below the signal line. I'm thinking a price target of $62 would be a fair reward. So here the risk is $20 in this trade and the reward is $100. So that gives a risk to reward ratio of 1:5, which is pretty good. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I have analyzed growth stocks and EV stocks on my channel. If you are new here, consider subscribing. I'll be releasing my trade ideas on a weekly basis. Also, I have analyzed the BTWN stock, which you should see here on the end screen, and I hope to see you in that video. Thanks for watching.